We are coming at you live from Spillane Field in Wareham, the rubber match of this makeshift three-game series between the Wareham Gatemen and the Falmouth Commodores. Gatemen dropped one last night here at Spillane 5-3 to these same Commodores, which pulled Falmouth within 2 points of a tie for second place, which they can achieve with a victory today. Gatemen still just 1 point out of first place, with Hyannis losing as well last night. Derek West, the right-hander out of Pittsburgh, will get the start for the Gatemen today. He's been stellar since joining the team. No record, but an ERA under 1 at .90. This is his fourth appearance, second start, and he gets us underway with a called strike to Austin Langworthy. Last time out for West back on July 19th. A 6-1 victory at White House Field against the Mariners. 4 innings pitched, gave up an earned run, and struck out 5. This one misses up high, a ball and a strike to the center fielder and leadoff man out of the University of Florida.
I've been really impressed with West. We've talked about it every time he's come on the mound, how he's battled through so much adversity, missing 2 years at the college level before finally getting a chance his redshirt sophomore year at Pitt. This last one, but I mean, what a summer he has had. Like he said, that sub-1 ERA, 1 start on the year coming into today. And it's good to see that recently he has had more swing and miss stuff, as that one catches the inside corner to Langworthy. 5 strikeouts in his last outing. Like you said, Cam at Harwich. Opponent average at $171. There's a real big test here against these Falmouth Commodores.
His 2-2 home to Langworthy is going to be rocketed foul off to the left. Gatemen in their red home Friday night uniforms to honor the military. Cape Cod League across the chest. No indication of the team name anywhere on the jersey. And the Digi-Camo hats with the Cape Cod League logo. Cut on and missed by Langworthy. West starts off the night with a strikeout. It's brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Love to see that. Varied up pitch speed, pitch location as well. Got a good hitter in Langworthy to cut and miss. He can really put a charge into the ball when he wants to. His batting average maybe not where he wants it to be, but the Florida Gator, he specifically has done a lot of damage against Gatemen pitching. It was actually in that game that Derek West came on in relief.
This one is going to bounce up on Luke Roscom, tonight's catcher, and this one will get down for ball 1. Elsewhere at first base, Lyle Lockhart, Zahid Valenzuela over at second, Ryan Kreidler at short, Austin Shenton at third. Left to right in the outfield, Jacob Goldfarb. Jeremy Idens is out in center as Skylar Hunter gets his second night off in a row, and Isaac Collins out in right. .2-0 to Hanley is going to be bounced on the ground to short. Backhanded by Kreidler. A throw on the run on one hop, and he's able to get him. A dazzling play for Ryan Kreidler here in the first inning. Put up a good one last night as well, and he's flashing the leather here early.
Love to see that. Looked a lot more controlled from Kreidler as well. He had that one all the way. Nice backhanded play. And what I liked about the spin throw, and yes, it was a little bit less of a frantic play as he ranged on it a little bit better. And Handley not with a ton of speed, but he set his feet a little more. He didn't try to do that flying jump spin throw that you sometimes see shortstop try to desperately do. It was much more controlled there from Kreidler.
First pitch, a breaking ball that misses up high to Kyle Stowers, 1-0. Stowers at .359 on the year. 5 homers, 19 RBI. 1-0, he's swinging. He's going to sky it out to left field. Goldfarb is under it, and he will make the out for the out that retires the side. 1-2-3 for Derek West in the first. Gatemen coming up scoreless here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier 2-year maritime college.
Gatemen Baseball is officially sponsored by Robertson'S GMC, the truck professionals. Located just 2 miles away on Cranberry Highway, we are proud to sponsor the Gatemen Youth Clinic for 2018. Robertson'S GMC. We are professional grade. Power like a pro.
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213 Main Street here in Wareham can offer you coverage for all your insurance needs. We have the bundle discounts, the accident forgiveness, the vanishing deductible, no loss, etc. But unlike those other gimmick companies, we can quote you with multiple carriers. So forget the lizard and the price tool and come talk to a professional. We'll help you find what's right for you.
Gatemen getting their first cuts here. Isaac Collins, followed by Zahid Valenzuela and Austin Shenton in this inning. It'll be coming off the 6'2 right-hander out of Rice, Matthew Cantorino, who has been nothing short of excellent this year for the Commodores. 2-0. This is just his 5th start on the year with a 1.52 ERA and struck out 20 in 17 2/3 and has only walked 7. And was also the winning pitcher, starting pitcher for the Western Division in the All-Star game back on Sunday.
Yeah, Cantorino has been ace material all year for the Falmouth Commodores. High strikeout numbers as well. A great year at Rice. Improved on a freshman campaign in which he registered a 4.12 ERA his sophomore year, a 3.06 ERA, 7-5 record, 94 innings of work, and that opponent batting average still low, 188 and 194, even in that campaign where he had a 4.12 ERA. So, I mean, the hits against him have been few and far between. He's given up just 12 hits on the year so far on the Cape.
Isaac Collins will lead things off, just a shade under 300 now, 298 on the year, homer and 8 RBI. Gatemen scored all 3 of their runs in the first 2 innings last night before Falmouth battled back with the last 3 of the game, 2 coming in the 7th inning with a 2-run single by Cam Cannon. That was the difference in the game. First offering to Collins is going to miss up and away, ball 1. Collins out of that same leadoff spot last night. Got a hit to start things off in the first inning for the Gatemen, but nothing after that, just 1 for 4. 1-0 misses away from Cantorino. 2-0 is the count to Collins.
Bit of an odd delivery from Cantorino. Not really deceptive, but just weird. So I think these Gatemen hitters have to just do their best. I mean, Cantorino, they already know the resume for this kid coming into the game, but just not be fazed by any of this additional shenanigans from Cantorino.
Who misses outside there does Cantorino. 3-0 to Isaac Collins. Is not something he has done too much this year. Just 7 walks in 17 2/3 as opposed to 20 strikeouts. We'll have to battle back here. 3-0 is not going to get over. 4-pitch walk. Isaac Collins starts the day off for the 2nd game in a row by getting on base.
Now you'll take that. Collins, last time he got on base, like you mentioned, Cam, that single in the first, a rocket back up the middle. Managed to come around and score on the RBI double by Jeremy Idens. So Collins, the threat on the base paths. Not with a lot of traditional blazing speed, but a smart guy on the base paths. He's brought down the caught stealings, like I mentioned yesterday, and I think almost this exact same spot on the broadcast when Collins reached. Now here comes Valenzuela. You can get a load of that bat.
Yeah, if you haven't watched a Gatemen game in a week or so, you'll notice a completely different Zahid Valenzuela up at the plate. The two-tone blue and orange bat, reminiscent of one he might use at Cal State Fullerton. The green and orange batting gloves we talked about last night. And no more beard for Valenzuela, who has been scuffling as of late, only around 250 in his last 10 games. And a superstitious player looking to switch things up. He's down 0-1 to Cantorino here. And now he's quickly down 0-2 as the hook gets him on the inside corner. To be exact, that's 265 in the last 10 for Valenzuela and 200 in his last 5. 0-2, breaking ball misses well up high. Collins retreats back to first base. 1-2's the new count.
Austin Shenton waiting on deck, another guy who has struggled as of late, registered a rare hitless campaign yesterday, 0 for 4. Batting average has been bottoming out lately, but still one of the most gifted hitters, if not the most gifted pure hitter on this Gatemen team. Can hit for singles and doubles, does have the 2 home runs on the year. Similar type of bat to the guy right behind him in the lineup, Jeremy Idens. Big days needed from both of those guys today, as well as this man on the plate.
1-2, going to be fisted foul. Staying alive there is Valenzuela, who is still hitting at 298 on the year. A couple of homers and 14 RBI. Again, one of those all-star starters for the Western Division. The 2, 3, and 4 spots in the Gatemen lineup, all starters in the All-Star game back on Monday, which the West won 4-3. cut on and miss there, and a ball in the dirt. Zahid Valenzuela goes fishing and comes up empty. And we'll head back to the dugout with the first strikeout of the day for Matthew Cantorino.
The first of probably a few. Mixed up the eye level really well. Even that 0-2 pitch, even though it missed pretty badly, that breaking ball upstairs, got it to cut down a little more. Keep Valenzuela on his toes, keep him guessing. Because often when you get a hitter like Valenzuela, who is a pure contact guy, he's kind of sitting on one pitch and one pitch only, or at least one zone anyway.
First pitch to Shenton, he's taking the other way, and it's a long run out there, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Shenton looking for extra bases. They are going to hold up Isaac Collins at third, and it is a stand-up double for Austin Shenton, and the Gatemen have runners in scoring position here early on.
Love to see that. Austin Shenton busting out of a slump with a double down the left field line. That was almost the exact same ball that Idens hit in this scenario last time to put the Gatemen in a good position early on. And now we'll see, and we talked about on our pregame show, how the offense was phenomenal in the first couple innings. Not just station-to-station baseball. Some extra base hits, some sacrifice flies. So we'll see what Jeremy Idens can do here. He's got a runner on third with one out. Just get it into the outfield, and the Gatemen have a 1-0 lead. Collins the shoo-in to score from third. They got a pilot on early, but the offense in the later part of the game has been tougher to come by for Wareham, and this Falmouth bullpen is as good as it gets.
Idens an RBI man, to say the least. 26 of them on the year, got his 26th last night in the first inning. That is good for tops in the Cape League. And because of that, Maverick Hanley is going to come out and talk to his right-hander and make sure they're on the same page. Runners at second and third, still just one out in the inning for the Gatemen, who look to draw first blood, which they were not able to do in the game last night. Two quick ones in the first for the Commodores. A night ago, is this one missing outside, ball one to Idens. .313 average for him on the year. Just one homer to go along with those league-leading 26 RBI. He's going to pop this one up foul off to the right, and it will get out of play.
With a base,
count at 1-1.
And with a base knock, could add 27 and 28 here. He's been incredibly productive in that 4 spot. He did well as the leadoff man, but Isaac Collins, his production at the bottom of the lineup, moved him into the leadoff spot. Idens has adapted beautifully as the 4-hole hitter.
1-1 is just going to miss. A nod of approval from Maverick Hanley. That's where he wanted that pitch. But it is just outside the zone and puts Idens ahead of the count now. He's going to chase after this one, a ball that bounced up there. Not something we typically see from Idens, chasing too far out of the zone. Evens the count up at 2-2.
I think that was just a better version of the 1-1 pitch, I should say. Had a little more bite to it, dove way more outside, but it started out on the outside part of the plate, and Idens went fishing.
The 2-2 is going to be skied out to center field. Langworthy will move back. Let's see if this is deep enough. He camps under it. Collins tags. The throw will be going to third, and it won't even get Shenton there. Isaac Collins will score. RBI number 27 for Jeremy Idens on the sacrifice fly. It's 1-0 Gatemen.
Hammered it into the outfield, knew exactly what he had to do. He saw a pitch that he could get under and just poke into center field. Did his job. That's the kind of selfless at-bat you want from a guy like Idens.
Now Drew Millis with an error last night at catcher, so he moves to DH today. Switch hitter will bat left off of Cantorino, and with 2 outs, there's a chance for more as Shenton was able to move up to third base. First pitch to Millis, and he's going to poke this one into center field, a base hit. A big 2-out knock for Drew Millis, and Austin Shenton will come home to score. It's 2-0 Gatemen.
Keep the ball rolling. Drew Millis coming off a great day yesterday. 3 hits in that affair. Came around to score as well. More than made up for that error. I think this might be what you see going forward. I think you put Martellini and Millis, they contribute with their bats, and Luke Roscom does as well. But Roscom, you can stick him almost anywhere in the field, so he allows you a little more versatility. So I think we're going to see Millis and Martellini in the DH spot in the 5-hole going forward. Maybe it's just recency bias, as that seems to have been what has been working as of late for the Gatemen. But I have no issues with that formula going forward.
Squaring around a bunt is Lockhart. It's on the inside corner for strike 1. So the Commodores got 2 quick ones last night. It's the Gatemen who do so today. Just the 5th RBI of the year for Drew Millis. Enrique said a couple of hits last night, continues that on today. This one down low and into Lockhart. 1-1's the count. Lockhart's another guy who can afford to get going. Just 205 on the year, a homer and 10 RBI for the switch-hitting first baseman out of the University of Houston. Pitcher he's familiar with, and Matt Cantorino. Those two play a series against each other every year out of conference. Houston and Rice, both located in the same city. 2-1 is now the count to him. This one's outside for ball 3. Now 3-1 the count.
Love that take on 2-1. No reason to go chasing that one. Cantorino's had all his success throwing to the outside part of the plate to both right and left-handed hitters. Switch hitting Lockhart batting from the left side. Intelligent decision there.
3-1 just nips the outside corner for a called strike 2. Things run full to Lockhart. Lockhart got the day off last night. Luke Roscom was in there at first base. Cut on and missed on the changeup. It's the second strikeout of the inning for Cantorino, but not before the Gatemen push 2 across and take an early lead. 2-0 as we head to the second inning here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Shop from home. Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org. Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Mezza Luna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezza Luna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezza Luna, the Italian family restaurant.
On to the second inning from the Gateway to the Cape, Wareham, Massachusetts. Alongside me, Henrique DeBoer. I'm Cameron Stewart. Gatemen were able to put 2 home in the bottom half of the first inning against Matt Cantorino, a very dangerous right-hander. And Derek West looks to continue his dangerous ways. He set them down 1-2-3 in the first inning. So that brings up the cleanup hitter Davis Sims to get things started in the second. First pitch to him is a looping breaking ball that misses off the outside corner for ball 1. West also worked very quickly in that first inning, only throwing 11 pitches. That's the 13th, and it misses for ball 2 to Sims. 2-0, and Sims is swinging, and this might stay in play here as Lyle Lockhart moves over in foul ground in front of the Gatemen dugout. Will make the play for out number 1.
Make it a quick inning, get your offense back out there, give as little time as possible to Matt Cantorino to refresh from an inning where he gave up the walk, the 2 hits, the extra base hit, and the sacrifice fly as well. A lot of hard hit balls hit off him. So if the offense can rally behind another good Derek West inning, Gatemen should be on their way to a big lead here early on.
First pitch swinging, Matt Wallner is going to foul one off for strike 1. Important for Derek West to pitch well in the shutdown inning so far. It's not something Will Proctor did very well last night. It was a back-and-forth affair for the first third of the game before that 5-3 lead was taken in the top of the 7th and never surrendered by the Commodores. 1-1 the count, 1 out and nobody aboard. And Wallner Wallner going to take this one well inside, 2-1. He is now ahead of the count. Two-1 is going to be roped to right field. The wind's blowing out that way. Isaac Collins moving back and will catch it in his outstretched glove, banging into the wall in right field. Allowed out number 2.
Man, oh man, Isaac Collins, whatever, every ounce of outfielding instinct he has picked up over the last 3 weeks, starting in right field, came into play there on a line drive that is the toughest play for an outfielder to make. And he took a first step back, reached out for a second, took one look back to figure out where the wall was, made an excellent catch. That could have been extra bases for Matt Wallner.
Cam Cannon, the unequivocal player of the game last night, will pop up the first pitch he sees out to left field. Jacob Goldfarb will settle under it and make the catch for the out that retires the side. 2-0 our score here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
3, 2, 1.
Right now, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Mary Orders.
Thanks, guys. So, Megan, you're the athletic training intern for the team. Could you describe a day in the life?
I wake up, I go to the youth clinic, I come here, I do treatments for the guys, I set up the field, cover the game, clean up, do it all again the next day. It's been a grind.
Yeah. Definitely a grind. Since it's nearing the end of the season, some of the guys are getting a little banged up. How are you trying to combat that?
I bet it's pretty consistent throughout the league. Got some new stuff, got some old stuff, but basically we're just doing everything we can to keep them safe, healthy, and on the field doing what they love. So it's been good.
Try to get them through playoffs. Yeah. And lastly, what has been one of your favorite things or one of your favorite memories from this summer?
Probably the connections. I've made connections with other interns, the athletes, the staff, and I'm going to keep these connections with me throughout my entire life. It's been awesome. I really loved it.
Megan, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again to Mary. That was her with Megan Flaherty, athletic training intern. Had intern appreciation night last night here at the ballpark, and making sure everyone gets noticed there. Tough job for them and us, basically, and some of the scouting interns, Enrique, who are there for every single game. So we have come to respect the grind that these players have as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the road trips they get to you, playing every single day like we talked about on the pregame show, this is not what the college players are used to. And by any stretch of the imagination, you get 3 games on the weekend, maybe a midweek game. We've been a part of that in our own special little way. Certainly felt appreciated last night with the free pizza. Felt good.
That's the most appreciated I have felt this entire season. Couple of boxes up here after the game.
Yeah.
Especially for us. Some of our other guys could go down during the game. Mm-hmm. And they had treats out there.
Yeah.
But we had to stick it through for the fans and get rewarded.
We appreciate you guys as well, listening every day. Hi, Mom.
This next pitch is going to miss down low to Luke Roscom. 2-0 is the count to him. And now it'll run to 3-0 for the always patient first baseman turned catcher tonight out of the University of Nebraska. The 3-0 will not get over. It's the second walk issued by Matt Cantorino, both to the leadoff hitters and both on 4 pitches, as Luke Roscom will get on to start the second inning.
Yeah, I was going to say, detecting a little bit of a pattern here. Ryan Kreidler, another guy who, like Drew Millis, had a great day yesterday. 2 hits for him. He won our player of the game, as well as he ended up scoring one of the 3 Gatemen runs yesterday also. And Kreidler's been hitting the ball a little better here. Roscom, not exactly a menace on the base paths, but he gets on base truly like nobody's business. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it, given his .246 batting average. I mean, his on-base percentage is just stupid. I mean, it's upwards of 400.
Kreidler going to go after the first pitch and sky it out to center field. Easy play there for Austin Langworthy. First out of the second inning.
Left fielder number 45, Jacob Goldfarb from Oregon.
Jacob Goldfarb will now step in with 1 out and a man on. First pitch to the left fielder out of Oregon is in there for a called strike, 0-1. They have made Cantorino work. This next pitch will be the 30th He has only recorded 4 outs so far and has given up 2. 0-1. Goldfarb is going to fist it towards left center in that direction. Logan Davidson make the catch, and the throw back to first is going to catch Luke Roscom too. An odd 6-3 double play is how the inning will end for the Gatemen very abruptly. And we head to the 3rd inning here from Spillane Field. It's still 2-0 Wareham here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod, so even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. Stores located in Falmouth, Mashpee, Woods Hole, Hyannis, Chatham, Provincetown, Edgartown, Oak Bluffs, and Vineyard Haven. From beach day to every day, Soft as a Grape has you covered.
Whatever your goals may be, Joe Crespi and the Merrill Lynch of Taunton will work with you to develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what's important to you. Managing your wealth and listening to you is their top priority. Folks, after the game, be sure to visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The Cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Third inning of work for Derek West as we head to the top half. 2-0. He has the lead to protect. It's been pretty good so far. Can't get much better. He's faced 6. He's set down 6. A strikeout and 4 flyouts so far. So hasn't exactly kept the ball on the ground, but he has been effective nonetheless, keeping these Commodores hitters off balance, Enrique.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's had all his stuff working. Only the 1 strikeout, which is odd considering his last couple appearances. But he's been locating very well, and he's been working quickly, too. 19 pitches through 2 at-bats. Very quick innings. He's looking like he's doing to the Commodores what their starter, Pat McGowan, did to the Gatemen post-second inning. It's a recipe for success.
And he will get 7, 8, 9, of course, in the Falmouth order here in the 3rd inning. Logan Davidson, Edouard Julien, and Hayden Cantrell expected to come up in the frame. Gatemen were caught off guard in the bottom half of the 2nd. Luke Roscom a little overzealous coming off of first base, and after the soft line out to Davidson, the hitter will be coming up right now, was able to fire back on to first for the unconventional double play. So the Gatemen leave no one stranded and get no hits in the inning. And here comes the tall, lanky shortstop out of Clemson.
The shortstop, number 16, Logan Davidson from Clemson.
Davidson at just 195 on the year, has not faced Derek West yet. 1 homer, 9 RBI. He's going to sky the first pitch foul. Back behind the screen, behind home plate. 0-1 the count. He's going to push this one foul as well. 0-2 the count on him. Pretty good year for him at Clemson out of the ACC. 292, 15 homers, so some sneaky pop. Only 1 this year on the Cape. 46 RBI for him during the regular season. And 10 of 13 on stealing bases. This one will be shot out to deep center field. Moving back on it, twisting and turning is Jeremy Idens, but will haul it in a few steps in front of the wall as that one just kept carrying. But it's only out number 1.
Man, oh man, put a charge into that one. Hit it to just the deepest part of the ballpark. That was hit almost directly behind Jeremy Idens, but a really, really good beat on it. Another consistent glove out there in the outfield. Skylar Hunter getting the day off, but center field is in good hands.
So now Edouard Julien, the second baseman out of Auburn, will step in and will swing through this one for strike 1. He's the designated hitter tonight for the Commodores. Normally the second baseman. That goes to Hayden Cantrell today. This one going to miss up high, even things up at a ball and a strike.
Okay with that second pitch, though, even though it did miss. Maybe he wanted that a little closer to the zone. But after blowing up, I love that first pitch, though. Blowing the fastball right by him, letters high, just challenging Julian from the get-go.
And Julian is going to sky this one down the left field line. It's a long run, but it will end up foul down that left field line. Could have been extra bases for the Auburn Tiger, but instead it's strike number 2.
Julian, a couple of hard hit balls the last time these two teams played at Arnie Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field, despite an 0-for-4 day with a pair of strikeouts. Had a fly out and a line out and 2 balls that were very well hit. So he keeps hitting the ball like this. He's due.
Gonna have to battle back here. West shakes off a sign from Roscom. Now gets the pitch he likes, but will step off ahead of the 1-2. Now we're ready for it. West comes home with it. 1-2 cut on and missed. He sets down Edouard Julien swinging for out number 2. It's the second of the day for Derek West, and it's brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Man, Derek West just looks unbelievably comfortable out there on the bump. We'll see what happens in that all-important second and even more important third time around the order should West get that far. But all business so far for the Pitt Panther. Love to see it.
First pitch is pounded in there for a strike to Hayden Cantrell, the Ragin' Cajun from the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Hitting at .201 on the year, no homers, 10 RBI. 1 is going to miss down low, put things at a ball and a strike. Was drafted in the 40th round in the 2017 MLB draft. Not very popular around these parts. Drafted by the New York Yankees. Has all kinds of UL Lafayette blood running through his veins. His dad, Kevin, played for the baseball team from 1995 to 98. And his uncle, Lee, played from 91 to 94. He's down 1-2 to Derek West. And will take one letter high and inside to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Those late picks in the round, like you said, Cam, they're interesting because, I mean, you get drafted that low. Of course, you could, I guess, in theory, sign if you want to. But those are more of a, hey, we like you, we like what you're doing. Keep on, keep on keeping on sport, and we'll see you in a couple of years, right? Try to get your draft stock up. It's usually what those picks mean. But still good to get that recognition. I mean, 40 rounds, yeah, it's a lot by 30 teams, right? 1,200 picks, but still good to get recognized. The 2-2 with 2 outs is going to be pumped foul off to the left. So it stays at 2-2. Typically anyone really before or after round 30, I should say, you're not really expected to sign. That's why it was kind of rare to see Paven Parks here, 24th round pick of the San Diego Padres. He is back with the team as this one Cantrell fouls off himself and will walk it off. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody aboard. And a 2-0 scoreline in favor of the home team, the Wareham Gatemen. Trying to get that 22nd win and try to beat Hyannis, the division leaders, to 22 wins. Hyannis and Brewster going at it today. We'll get you more about that game at the break. Our first Cape League update coming up shortly.
2-2, just gonna miss. Not a bad pitch from Derek West, looking for that 3rd strikeout, but isn't gonna get it right away. It's now the full count offering. Down low, ball 4. It is the first one issued by Derek West, first base runner for the Commodores today. And it's the number 9 man, Hayden Cantrell, who works hard for that 2-out walk.
No kidding. After going 2 for 4 yesterday with a pair of strikeouts, comes up big here. Extends the inning just a little bit for the very dangerous top half of this order for Falmouth, and Falmouth, a lot of talent in the first 5 spots, even the first 6 spots, really. It's a very well-rounded team, but it is one of the more top-heavy offensive lineups in the Cape Cod League.
So now Austin Langworthy will get a second crack today, and it's not going to last very long. It's popped up on the infield. Sahid Valenzuela is called off by Ryan Kreidler, who will make the catch and end the top of the third. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, Ian Vicera will have our first look around the Cape League tonight here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers and active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore undergraduate majors, minors, and concentrations, including new majors in accounting, biochemistry, and software development, online at www.curry.edu.
And it's time for the first Cape League update in the night. Over out east, 2 teams that have already clinched playoff spots are squaring off. The Chatham Anglers lead 4-1 over the YD Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th. Michael Bush with a 2-run homer in that one for Chatham, and Drew Mendoza also hit a solo homer in the 5th. Austin Bergner went 6 scoreless innings for the Chatham Anglers before Nick Quintana hit a solo homer in the 7th to cut that lead to 4-1. Over in Brewster, the Whitecaps, fighting for their playoff lives, are tied 3-3 with the first place Hyannis Harbor Hawks. That game is in the top of the 7th and is of particular importance for Gatemen fans, as the Harbor Hawks lead the Gatemen by 1 point for first place. And as for the Whitecaps, they are 2 points out of the final playoff spot in the East behind Orleans. Over in Bourne, the Braves lead 2-1 in the top of the 5th, and the Cotuit-Orleans game is just getting underway now. That's our Cape League update. Back to you guys.
Thanks as always to Ian Vicera, giving you our first of 2 looks around the Cape League today. Matt Cantorino still out there, and we'll get the top of the order for the Gatemen here in the 3rd inning. Isaac Collins will lead it off. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. And Enrique, how about those Brewster Whitecaps? All of a sudden are very much in the playoff discussion, as the Orleans Firebirds, who the Gatemen will face tomorrow out at Eldridge Park, are in a complete tailspin, 3-7 in their last 10.
Yeah, and it could not come at a worse time, as, like you said, Cam, the team right below them, the at one point hapless Brewster Whitecaps, they've been playing some really good baseball. They've leveled out as of late, 5-5 in their last 10. But there was a point there where they had won, 5 of 8, 6 of 9, and they're taking it to the Harbor Hawks right now.
And as Ian said, a big game for the Gatemen as they still trail the Harbor Hawks by just 1 point for the top spot in the West. It's now 1-2 to Collins, who walked in his first plate appearance, so still no official at-bat for the Gatemen right fielder today. 1-2. Fisted foul off to the left, out of play.
Foul ball, courtesy of attorney Glenn Hannington and his daughter Deb.
Those Harbor Hawks sitting at 44 points on the year. The Gatemen, of course, at 43. A team who has already clinched a playoff spot in the East and will almost undoubtedly win that division in the regular season. The Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox, 50 points, 10 clear of the second-place Chatham Anglers, who themselves have clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah, it's really interesting, the disparity between the East and the West. The gap between first and last in the West is the same as the gap between first and second in the East. So Bourne, even though they have not been eliminated, they've been eliminated in every way except mathematically. They have to win out. Hyannis and Wareham have to melt down the stretch here. They've got as much chance of getting the 1 seed, they've got as much chance of making the playoffs as the Chatham Anglers do of catching the YD Red Sox.
Battle going on here for Isaac Collins. It stays at 3-2 after that last foul ball. This next pitch from Cantorino will be the 8th of the at-bat. Here it is. We'll see a 9th pitch as Collins fouls this one off to the left and out of play.
Can always count on Ike Collins to give you a good at-bat. The games where he has struggled the most have been the games with the high strikeouts and the over-aggressive swings. but his best games involve base knocks and walks. Very patient as well, but he's, like I said, one of the smarter baseball players on this team. He puts together good at-bat after good at-bat, trying to drive up the pitch count on Cantorino, who had a much better second inning. Set down the Gatemen bats with 7 pitches, despite giving up the walk to Luke Roscom after a 22-pitch first. But Collins making him work here.
7 pitches in the last inning, already 10 in this at-bat to Isaac Collins, and it's going to get right through Cam Cannon at third base. And we'll see how that one is scored, but Isaac Collins reaching to start the third, and that's been the leadoff man on for the Gatemen in all 3 innings, and it will be an error on the third baseman out of Arizona. First one of the game for either team, and it goes to Falmouth.
Baseball gods wanted Isaac Collins on base, wanted to reward him after fouling off 3 straight pitches, and 4 of the last 5 in that, especially after falling down 0-2. What a phenomenal at-bat by Collins. He finds himself aboard here for Valenzuela.
So now Valenzuela trying to turn things around. Already 0 for 1 today. Tries to drop down a bunt, and it was popped up foul. He's lucky that no one was able to get to it. But it's strike 1 to the second baseman. A 1 not to be made just yet. Check on Isaac Collins. He's back in there safely.
Cantorino has a really nasty pickoff move as a right-hander, especially considering how low he gets in that squat from the stretch. His feet move incredibly quickly.
He's going to miss on this delivery. Put the count at 1-1. And we've seen the Gatemen picked off a couple of times this year. Not a very aggressive base-running team, but usually pretty smart. Only had 1 man thrown out at the plate this whole season. 1-1, and Collins is going. This one is going to be bounced foul as it came off of the foot of Valenzuela. Even though it lands in fair territory, it's strike 2. So 1-2, nobody out. Isaac Collins got things started in this inning, reaching on the error.
Couple of small miscues, couple of defensive mishaps for the Gatemen have added up over the last week. We talked about it, 11 errors out in the field in the last 7 games for Wareham, normally the most defensively sound team on the Cape. Now see if the Gatemen can make the Commodores pay for them. Swing
and a miss from Valenzuela. Not a big strikeout guy, but it's the second time he's gone down swinging today against Cantorino. His struggles continue, and now with 1 out, it's still Isaac Collins at first base for Austin Shenton.
Shenton nuked one into the left field corner his last time up. Got a pitch up and inside that he liked. It was the first pitch of the at-bat, actually, to Shenton. So we'll see what kind of approach he takes here.
Double did not bring anyone in, but he did come around to score. He's handcuffed on the first pitch and he's unable to connect for strike 1. Shenton at 363 on the year. Couple of homers, 23 RBI. It's just featured in Baseball America today. They looked at 5 hitters who improved their draft stock dramatically here in this Cape League season. And Shenton certainly fits that bill. The man ahead of him in the Cape League average leaders, Matthew Barefoot, also featured out of Campbell.
Yeah, hitting 400 will do that.
It's not a bad look for the Scouts. Runner is going. Collins is going to be in there safely as the throw was high and offline from Handley. Having to reach down and get it was Davidson and is unable to get the tag there in time, so Collins moves up into scoring position with 1 man out.
Matthew Cantorino, like we said, he's got a pretty deceptive pickoff move there. He does a good job of varying his looks. But Collins studying intently over there at first base. 5th stolen bag of the year, 2nd in as many days. Trying to manufacture some runs here for his team.
1-1, runs well inside. Hanley backhands it and makes a good play to not have it go down to the backstop. Puts the count at 2-1. 0-2-1 is going to be bounced first base side. Davis Sims will take it himself. It's a productive out as it moves Collins over to third, but it is the second out of the inning. Shenton is retired, 3 unassisted.
Jeremy Idens drove in a run his last time up on the sac fly. See what he can do here. Again, the Cape League leader in RBIs. Came into this game with 26, notch number 27 back in the first.
And while it was not Idens' hit that did it, or excuse me, his sacrifice fly that did it, the Gatemen did get a 2-out RBI in the first inning from the man on deck. Drew Millis delivered a single. Idens looks to do the same here, but he's behind in the count, no balls and a strike. It's cut on and missed, but it gets past Hanley coming into the plate, and it will score. Standing up is Isaac Collins, taking advantage of a couple of defensive miscues for the Commodores in this inning. The Gatemen get another one across the easy way. It's 3-0 Wareham.
Free passes coming back to bite Falmouth. It was really just a collection of errors that little by little allowed Collins to advance. I mean, he reached on the error, obviously, but then even the throw down from Hanley, the throw was on time. If that was on target, I think that gets Collins by a step. But he missed it just a little bit upstairs and took third on what ended up being now a productive at-bat from Shenton.
The 0-2 is going to be bounced towards Cannon. He'll make the play this time. Throw across the diamond will get Idens. That ends the inning. Gatemen end up not leaving anyone stranded and put another run on the board. They lead by 3 as we head to the 4th here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Get Gatemen gear. Check out the latest styles and colors of your favorite Gatemen apparel. Also in stock, a large selection of Cape League items, including tickets to the All-Star Game. Test your pitching speed and pick up a souvenir ball, all at our merchandise booth.
Since 1950, Morse Insurance has consistently offered the best insurance at competitive rates to generations of clients in southern Massachusetts. If you're frustrated with paying for what essentially feels like just a piece of paper, it's time for you to check out the one-of-a-kind client experience that only Morse Insurance can deliver.
The 2018 Cape League All-Star Game will be played at White House Field in Harwich, Sunday, July 22nd. Game time is 6 p.m., gates open at 2. One highlight will be the Cumberland FARM's home run hitting contest. There will also be an autograph session and a large merchandise village with items from many of the teams. Support the Gatemen in part by purchasing your ticket right now at the merchandise booth. Tickets are just $5.
As we head to the 4th inning, it's a chance for instant retribution for Maverick Hanley. Had a couple of defensive miscues behind home plate. In the bottom half of the 3rd, he takes the first pitch inside and a bit low from Derek West, 4-1. Hanley is 0 for 1 today, grounded out to the shortstop Ryan Kreidler on a nice play. His first time up, this one on the outside corner evens things up to a ball and a strike. One going to be taken low and outside. 2-1, Hanley's ahead of the count. Hitting .234 on the Cape. A homer and 10 RBI, the catcher out of Stanford. Another very successful season for the Cardinal. Number 2 national seed, but were eliminated in their own regional by Saheed Valenzuela and the Fullerton Titans. As Hanley fouls this one off to even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of really good baseball on the West Coast. I mean, it is truly incredible. Even, what I love about it is a smaller school like Cal State Fullerton can make some noise and knock off the number 2 seed. You love to see it.
So 2-2 now, the count to Hanley. And Henrique mentioned it, a lot of good baseball being played on the West Coast during the college season. This one's cut on and missed by Hanley for strike 3. Another strikeout for Derek West. It's brought to you by the law offices of Lang, X, Forrest & Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. Enrique mentioned it, a lot of good baseball being played on the West Coast, especially in the Pac-12. We've got a member of that illustrious conference joining us right now, Oliver Dunn out of the University of Utah. Oliver, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks. Doing all right. Bit of a change of pace for you last night. The designated hitter in the game, how did that feel?
It was a good opportunity for me, just get some more ABs and kind of start getting a little bit more of a rhythm, getting a couple games in, like 2 or 3 games played in a row, so it was good.
So it's going to be bounced on the ground to first. Lyle Lockhart will need Derek West's help and will flip on over for the out. And it's quickly 2 up and 2 down for West in his half of the 4th. Now, Oliver, did you feel like you had a better chance of kind of dissecting the game, not being out there in the field and having to worry about that?
Actually, I usually prefer to be in the field just because I kind of feel more involved in the game throughout the time, stay in a rhythm. But it was cool seeing it from that perspective just because I could kind of focus more on the hitting aspect of things and kind of study the pitcher more, I guess, get more into a rhythm. So it was a cool opportunity just because it's something I don't get to do very often. So I enjoyed it.
And now this, obviously the rubber game of the makeshift 3-game series you have with the Falmouth Commodores. These are some crucial games here late in the season. What's the approach you guys are taking to differently in this last week and a half of the regular season?
It's just getting down the stretch. We're just trying to go into the playoffs with our best momentum, going the best way we can. And this is a big series, like you were saying, just because looking at the standings, this is probably who we're going to end up playing first round of the playoffs. So this is a telling series, and it's one I think we're taking very seriously, trying to see what they have and obviously win as many games as we can. So
this one's going to be reeled in by Sahid Valenzuela to end the inning. Unfortunately, we can't keep you here any longer, Oliver Dunn. You do have some responsibility down there, but always great to talk to you. Thanks and best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. 3-0 Wareham, the score.
Head on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located just off Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the scrumptious fare or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. The Gatemen thank BB's Bar and Grill for their support.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Stop by the Ansel S. Gurney House, where you will find a unique shopping and dining experience. Whether shopping for a special occasion or just to treat yourself, you'll find what you're looking for in one of the 11 themed rooms. There's also a cafe serving fresh homemade lunches overlooking the extensive gardens. The Ansel S. Gurney House is located at 403 County Road in Marion.
And you can take this one off, so... Now we head to the 4th inning here from Spillane. Drew Millis will get things started off. His team with a 3-0 lead, and he's been a part of it so far. Got the 2-out RBI single back in the 1st inning. That scored Austin Shenton to make the score 2-0. Gatemen getting one in their half of the 3rd as well on a wild pitch. First pitch is in there for a strike to Millis, 0-1. Hitting now at 254 on the year, getting his 5th RBI. Back in the 1st inning. 0-1, misses up high. One cut on and missed at a pitch down low. Puts the count at 1-2 to him. One-two fouled straight back to keep things right there. It's another quick inning for Derek West, who has faced just one over the minimum through his 4 innings of work. Only base runner was a walk by Hayden Cantrell on a full count pitch with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. 1-2 to Millis, gonna miss inside. Evens things up at 2-2. 2-2 is going to be fouled straight back, up and out of play. Wind starting to whip from right field towards center field. Usually see it go straight out. Lights already on here at Spillane. Just before 7:30 local time. An overcast night all of a sudden. This one on the inside corner, called strike 3. And Millis is sent down looking. There's the 4th strikeout of the day for Matt Cantorino. And there's one gone in the Gatemen half of the 4th. So now Lyle Lockhart will stand in. 1 out and nobody aboard. This one's going to miss down low to Gatemen first baseman, 1-0. Lockhart 0 for 1 today. He's another one of those strikeout victims from Cantorino in the all-Houston matchup. So this one's going to catch the outside corner for a called strike 1. This one going to miss inside to Lockhart. He's ahead of the count 2-1. This month has been a real struggle for him in the month of July, and this the 27th day, hitting just 186. 2-1. This one is going to find a hole past the outstretched Hayden Cantrell and into right field, a base hit. Announcer's jinx in effect there as Lockhart gets the 1-out single.
Yeah, but definitely in a positive way. Lockhart finally breaking through as he sunk a little lower in the lineup. He usually lived in that 4-5 spot in the lineup. Him and Luke Roscom have been trading spots, designated hitter, first base, although Lockhart doesn't catch. But all that to say, Lockhart hit a ball hard on the ground. When you do that enough, eventually you'll be rewarded with some base and knocks. Now the ever-patient Luke Roscom up to bat.
Runner going on the first pitch, and Roscom will foul it off. Looked like a hit and run may have been in effect there. But he's behind in the count, 0-1. Roscom just 3 RBI in his last 10 games. Those all coming on one swing of the bat. The big game-tying double last week against Harwich. One is going to be bounced. It takes a wicked hop up the middle. Logan Davidson will still be able to get to it, but because of that, his only play is to first. Fielder's choice will retire Roscom, but move Lockhart up to second base.
Ryan Kreidler from UCLA.
So now Ryan Kreidler will stand in, looking to make some 2-out magic for the Gatemen once again. The man in scoring position. 2 of their 3 runs have come with 2 outs. 1 on the wild pitch, 1 on the single by Drew Millis back in the first inning. First offering to Kreidler here in the 4th inning will be in there for a called strike. One is going to miss outside to put things at 1-1. Kreidler in this situation this year, runners in scoring position and 2 men out. 13 at-bats. He's hitting just 154. But it's brought home 4 RBI. So advantage Cantorino here as this one's going to be fouled off to the right and out of play. Further advantage to the pitcher. It's now 1-2.
Cantorino in his 4th inning of work here. Still has, even though it's been a bit of a rocky start for him, still under his season highs in terms of hits allowed, earned runs allowed. Most runs, period, he has allowed, 3, but still at his 2 earned runs that he matches here up to his most recent start out at Orleans back on July 18th. 10-3 win for his Falmouth Commodores.
That third one, with Isaac Collins scoring on the wild pitch, was an unearned run, reached on an error. Came with 2 outs, scoring on the wild pitch, so easy one there. Here with 2 outs, the 1st. We head to the 5th here from Spillane on the Gatemen Baseball Network. 3-0 Wareham.
Robertson's GMC is proud to be the official.
The Bay Point Golf Club offers a unique collection of 18 championship golf holes, a beautiful banquet facility, and a club host that has a fully stocked pro shop. The Bay Point Grill is a perfect place to grab a meal or watch a game. The course is located off of Onset Avenue in Buzzards Bay. The Gatemen thank you for your support.
Are you hungry? Visit the concession stand for some new menu items. Try fried dough, chicken fingers, or french fries along with your regular favorites, hot dogs, burgers, cold drinks, and ice cream. Proceeds from the concession stand support the Gatemen and the Wareham High DECA program. Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
On to the 5th inning, still Derek West out there. This was something you mentioned in the pregame, Henrique. With a lot of confidence, you thought no problem he'd get 5 innings of work. And very rarely do we see a starter taken out in the middle of an inning, so looks like he will get to that. And has done so with ease so far, only 46 pitches through 4, and has faced 1 above the minimum. This one's taken outside by Matt Wallner for ball 1.
No, he's been great. Like you said, just giving up the 1 base runner, and Hayden Cantrell, who walked back in the 3rd inning. Otherwise, 3 strikeouts. Helped out by a little bit of defensive shorthandedness. In the 1st inning, nothing too dazzling so far, but in the 1st inning, Ryan Kreidler, a nice backhanded play. Even to end the last inning, Zahid Valenzuela ranging out into shallow right center field. Nice grab from him. Logan Davidson robbed of extra bases as Jeremy Idens tracked all the way to the left center field wall. 412 out there to dead center. So he's been helped out a little bit, but so far so good for him.
West has been efficient, and he's been working quickly. The 1-2 going to be bounced foul in front of the Gatemen dugout. Wallner hitting at .219 on the year. 4 homers, 8 RBI. It is 1 for 2 off of Derek West so far this season. Bounced this one foul as well to keep the count at 1-2. Back in the 2nd inning, Wallner flew out to right field. That was the play that Isaac Collins had to make a bit of a jump and full extension in front of the right field wall. And the Golden Eagle of Southern Miss is keeping alive here as he fouls this one straight back. This one cut on and missed. Taking a little something off it is Derek West. Another strikeout for him. That's his 4th in all. They're all brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Ixafaris, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of your Wareham Gatemen.
5 straight retired now by West, working through a very tough part of the orders. Seems weird to not have anything positive to say about guys like Kyle Stowers and Davis Sims and Cam Cannon through 1 trip, sometimes for some of these guys 2 trips around the order.
Cannon has already worked together a better at-bat than he did last time. Was retired after swinging on the first pitch. Has now taken 2 outside of the zone. It's 2-0. It was the difference in the ball game last night. 3 RBI in a 2-run victory for the Commodores, including that big 2-run single that broke the deadlock in the 7th inning. This one missing up high. It's been awfully patient, and he's ahead of the count, 3-0. Get me over pitch does its job, hits the outside corner. 3-1 now to Cannon. sitting 267 on the year, a homer, but 24 RBIs. The big reason why he played for the Western Division in last week's All-Star game. Fouls this one straight back from 3-0. Derek West has worked it back to a full count, 3-2.
Cam Cannon, another guy drafted sub-25, sub-30 in the MLB draft by the Diamondbacks out of Arizona as well.
This one is going to be tipped into the catcher's mitt of Luke Roscom. 5th strikeout for Derek West, all of the swinging variety. And it's brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exifaris, and Bullard. There are 2 gone here in the 5th inning.
Back to that strikeout and inning clip, almost 5 innings of work. And Derek West is looking more and more comfortable each time through the order. Really impressive stuff from Mr. West today.
A couple of ACC guys right now. Derek West out of Pittsburgh. Logan Davidson out of Clemson. This one taken on the top of the strike zone from West for a call and strike 1. Davidson flew out to center field back in the 3rd inning. Still looking for his first hit off Derek West in 2 games against the Commodores. 1-1. Now as that one misses up high. Breaking ball will be left up, everything up here in this at-bat from Derek West, and he's behind in the count 2-1.
Bounced back nicely from a 3-0 count earlier this inning.
This one's going to be bounced to Lyle Lockhart in a couple of hops. The Houston Cougar will take it himself. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Derek West, who has been phenomenal through 5 innings of work. And the Gatemen will head to the bottom of the 5th, ahead 3-0 here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Founded in 1850,
Julian registers the first Falmouth hit of the entire day on that long ball.
This one's bounced to second. Zahid Valenzuela will go on to first. Aiden Cantrell retired for the first time today, and you got to shake it off and say, c'est la vie.
Oh boy. You're not wrong, but
opened up a can of worms here.
We really did.
So 3-1 our score. With 1 out here in the 6th inning, we flip over to the top of the batting order in Austin Langworthy. So gone is the no-hitter, gone is the shutout for Derek West on 1 pitch. It's now 1-0 to the center fielder out of Florida.
Yeah, according to Google, can of worms does no direct translation into French, unfortunately. So close.
Darn. You hate to see it. 1-0 is going to miss up and away for ball 2, 2-0. Missing outside. West losing the strike zone to Langworthy here. 3-0. He's walked just 1 man today. That was the number 9 man, Cantrell, back in the 3rd inning. It's the only man West has had to deal with on base, but that's going to change right now as the 4th one is out of the zone. 4-pitch walk to Langworthy, who will trot down to first base with 1 out.
Yeah, it's a little concerning, not able to shake off that Julien home run. Now Maverick Hanley with representing the tying run, actually. That was Julian's first home run of the day, or first home run of the year, I should say. Just his 4th extra base hit all year. Heck, that was his 10th hit the entire summer. He'd been struggling, but like I said, been hitting the ball better as of late, as we've got a visit to the mound right now. That trip to the mound sponsored by Joe Crespi from Merrill Lynch.
And it looks like Jim Lawler has made his motion to the bullpen, so we will have a pitching change here from Spillane Field. We'll give you that new Gatemen pitcher when we come back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
South Coast Health, operators of Charlton Memorial Hospital, St. Luke's Hospital, and Toby Hospital, delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Health, the best care plus something more.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini-golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line. Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
And we do have that pitching change, which is brought to you by the Bay Point Country Club, Onset's 18-hole championship golf course. With a driving range open 7 days a week, and senior discounts offered every day and always welcome to the public, so go get to the point. It's the right-hander McGregor Hines out of Dallas Baptist and College Station, Texas. This is his second.
I played baseball for, my life until high school, and I never fouled a foul ball off myself, which is unbelievable given how much it happens.
It's going to be grounded to third, could be two. On to Valenzuela at second for one. A great stretch by Lyle Lockhart at first to complete the double play. That's how the Gatemen will end the sixth inning. And that double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play. TM Ryder, steering and securing your course for insurance since 1877. We head to the bottom half of the sixth. 3-1 the new score. The Gatemen still ahead here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Established in 1877, TM family-run insurance agency located in downtown Middleborough, Massachusetts. TM Ryder's goal is to find the best coverage at a fair rate for their customers, but they really value giving the best service they can provide. Visit the office on Thatcher's Row if you would like P&C insurance information, quotes, and policies.
The Beach House Grill at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa is the perfect spot for a seaside lunch or evening clam bake. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
To the bottom of the sixth, still Matt Cantorino out there, even with that pitch count up near 80 on the night. He will work through his sixth inning, and now someone is starting to get loose for the Commodores. Looks like Mitchell Miller, our old friend, who seems to make his living coming in against the Gatemen, is the left-hander warming. It'll be 3-4-5, heart of the order for the Gatemen, starting with Austin Shenton as they try to answer a run scored by the Commodores in the top half of the sixth via the solo homer by Auburn's Edouard Julien.
Interesting to see if Mitchell Miller comes in. As the Gatemen, they've seen him a few times, 3 to be exact. Twice he has been knocked around by Wareham, but recently put together a shutdown performance a couple times ago.
This one's hard hit, but on one hop to the second baseman Cantrell. He is able to throw on over to first and tired quickly for the first out of the bottom of the sixth. Now Jeremy Idens will stand in. 0 for 2, but somewhat productive in that. His first time retired back in the first inning. It was a sacrifice fly. Brought home but it disappeared on its way to home plate. That'll put the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Yeah, really well located there on 3-1. I think you got to do what I like to distill the art of pitching down to, is making bad pitches look good. It's a firm fastball. The thing flew straight as an arrow, but a little too far down in the zone for Cam Cannon.
3-2, runner obviously off, but this is going to be a grounder to Ryan Kreidler, who has to make the throw on the run, and Lockhart with another great stretch for good measure to end the inning. Hines leaves one stranded. It's stretch time here from Spillane Field in Wareham, where the hometown Gatemen are ahead 3-1 here in the Gatemen Baseball Network.
For a nostalgic experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Located along the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Distinct assisted living and memory care programs provide personal care services according to each individual's needs. Discover Keystone Place, the best option for meeting the care and support needs of seniors on Cape Cod.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
Eastern Propane and Oil is the Wareham Gatemen home run sponsor. Each time a home run is hit by a Gatemen player, Eastern Propane and Oil donates a camp scholarship to a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Lyle Lockhart will lead things off. 6, 7, 8 due up in the Gatemen order. Lockhart, Roscom, and Kreidler. Just one hit split between them, a 1 for 6. That coming off the bat of Lyle Lockhart, his last time up in the 4th. And still Matt Cantorino, who is delivering pitch number 90. And it's down low for ball 1. It's got to be the furthest we've seen anyone work this year. 90 first pitch is in there for a called strike 1. There is still action in the Falmouth bullpen. Mitchell Miller, still the left-hander throwing. This one's up and away for ball 2, 2-1.
I was going to say, maybe the only guy we've seen go further than that was Chris Murphy, who we saw for Brewster. He threw triple digits. I forget exactly how many pitches he threw. I'm going to try to find that number here.
I think it might have been 110.
It was 110 pitches. Yes, it was. Yeah.
My memory fails me again. I was close.
Wait, what'd you say?
110.
No, it was 110, yeah. Oh, okay, good.
Got him.
Oh, boy.
3-1 is the count to Lyle Lockhart. Cut on and missed to run the count full 3-2. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner from Cantorino. He hasn't fatigued just yet. That's a called strike 3 to Lyle Lockhart. He's set down looking for out number 1.
And it's not like Falmouth has cycled through too many bullpen arms, letting Cantorino go out like this. But, I mean, 90 pitches or so, right, in just over 6 innings. It's, I guess, an okay clip, but again, it's just unusual for the Cape League. You'd see this more during the regular season, but at the Cape, not so much.
First pitch to Roscom is going to miss outside for ball 1. He's 0 for 2. Excuse me, 0 for 1. He reached on a walk back in the second inning as he takes this one low and inside, 2-0. Time is called as Cantorino needs to make sure those sharp-looking black Falmouth Road jerseys is tucked in. I don't know about you, Henrique, but I think those are a lot better looking than their pinstripe home stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm usually a fan of pinstripes, but these things are slick.
This one's on the outside corner for strike 1. I should mention they have 2 home jerseys. One of them is pinstriped.
Mm-hmm.
The other is regular white. I don't think that looks too great either. But the black ones sure are sharp with the maroon letters.
Yeah.
And easy enough with the white outline for us broadcasters, because we got to take that into account. 2-2 is now the count to the catcher, Roscom. And as Cantorino hits the century mark, thought he had strike 3, but the 100th pitch of the night missing inside. Mav Hanley was ready to throw the ball around the diamond, but instead it's a full count, 3-2 to Roscombe. That one's in there for strike 3. Roscombe lays off it again, and it comes back to bite him. Cantorino works back-to-back strikeouts. Make that actually 4 in a row, going back to the 6th inning. 3 of them looking. And after 2 up and 2 down, Ryan Kreidler will now stand in.
And he has retired 14 of his last 15 Gatemen batters faced. The only thing interrupting that was a Lyle Lockhart Jr. single. The only thing before that was the Isaac Collins ground ball turned into an error that he reached on. And this has shades of what happened last night, as the Gatemen have struggled to get the bats going after the first couple times, or after the first time around the order. Gotta credit this Falmouth pitching staff, because the Gatemen offense is good. I think they've established that, and we've seen at their ceiling how well they can do. But this Falmouth pitching staff, part of what makes them so darn good is the fact that they learn. And a guy like Cantorino, who, he's not going to get knocked around at a 3 runs every 2 innings clip, not at all, for an extended period of time. Now it's just up to the Gatemen bullpen.
1-1 is going to be skied foul off to the right and out of play. And for the Gatemen, luckily for them tonight, they get a great start from Derek West. As we mentioned, it was not vintage Will Proctor last night that kind of put them in the hole. But tonight, West was incredible. The one hit allowed was the homer. And that's why, big reason why, they have a 3-1 lead. And Ryan Kreidler's patience is a big reason why he's in a 2-2 count right now. That one missing up and in from Cantorino. Who is a very quick worker, but his 2-2 will miss up high to run the count full with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Even 106 pitches in and 6 2/3 innings in, it's that same routine. He knows practically when the ball hits his glove and the throw back from Hanley what he's going to throw. Pacing around the mound, takes a deep breath, and then brings the payoff pitch home. But this one will miss. Not a bad looking pitch from Cantorino, who was doubled down wanting the call that time. But instead it's ball 4, and Kreidler will get down to first base with a 2-out walk.
Again, Kreidler sold it pretty well, too. Immediately just flung the bat, trotting on over to first. I mean, not that that offense sways umpires too much, but he's doing everything he can. Got to give everybody a little bit of a scoreboard update. He actually didn't end up playing the full 10th inning, so Hyannis and Brewster tied at 4. That is how it will end. Both games on the Cape today end in 4-4 ties. Bourne has broken their 4-4 tie. They lead at 5-4 against Harwich. Catuit and Orleans knotted at 1 in the top of the 5th over at Eldridge Park. Tomorrow's destination for the Gatemen.
So the best Wareham can do tonight is tie first place. If this result holds, they will be tied atop the division and will be 4 points clear of Falmouth once again. You mentioned Orleans tomorrow for a 7 o'clock start down in Eldridge Park. We'll be back here on Sunday, the last regular season matchup against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. This one going to miss down low and in. 1-1 is the count.
And that's going to be a big one. The Gatemen, I should say, lead the series 3-2. And again, another, and then after that, another game against Catuit over at Lowell Park. Try to wrap that series up. At worst, go 3-2-1 on the year, and then a home and home against Bourne, an off day, and then the playoffs start in earnest.
And Cantorino, who has not liked a couple of calls here, is getting a warning from the home plate umpire. That'll bring out the Falmouth manager to talk about it. And he's been very animated out there on the mound. Not surprised to see the warning come. A couple of times this inning, he is crouched down in disgust, looking for a strike call, and now it might come back to bite him.
And what I do appreciate about what Cantorino did there, as soon as he got that warning, he immediately said, okay, my bad. He saw him point to his chest a couple of times and say, you know what, you're right, I got to calm down. And manager going out there and sticking up for his players, I guess, but
this one fouled off the catcher Hanley. It's now a 2-2 count with 2 outs, and he will surpass our broadcast record this year for pitches in a game. He's already done it, 111. This next one to be 112. 112 pitch is grounded up the middle, takes a wicked hop over the second baseman Cantrell and into center field for a base hit. Jacob Goldfarb knocks it in, puts runners at the corners. And let's see if that'll be the night for Cantorino. No sign yet.
No, they're rolling with their guy.
He will now have to face the top of the order with runners at first and third.
Yeah, what I was going to say as soon as you mentioned that, Cam, breaking at 111, and actually just as I say that, it looks like they will in fact go to their bullpen, but I was going to say I'd like to see Goldfarb make him pay for it, and he did just that.
Still no official signal yet, but with 112 on the night, got to imagine that's it. Grady Little once stuck with Pedro Martinez, though, with 118.
What was that statistic comes to mind? Matt Cain's perfect game. That was a high number.
That absolutely
like 125 or something like that?
It was pretty up there.
Yeah.
I think of Edwin Jackson's no-hitter, which I believe was 149.
Yeah, no, I remember that. It was 140-something. It was crazy.
6 or 7 guys. They didn't really give out a signal, but Mitchell Miller has come out of the bullpen, so we'll give you his numbers when we come back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli. At the intersection of Route 195 and 28, Wareham Crossing, home of Lowe's, Target, and Red Robin, is the sponsor of the Gatemen Intern Program. They help to provide a world-class internship experience in broadcasting, marketing, sports management, and baseball operations. Check out Wareham Crossing's schedule for this year's Summer Movie Night Series.
Make sure you sign your child up today for the Gatemen Robertson's GMC Youth Clinics. This year we have 5 one-week sessions for children 5 to 14. We also have 2 special sessions for hitting and pitching open to teens. Registration is available online at gatemen.org or through forms available at the merchandise booth.
So it is the left-hander Mitchell Miller coming out of the bullpen for the Falmouth Commodores. Lanky, 6'5", 195, the left-hander out of Clemson, will come in for his 3rd appearance of the year against the Gatemen. Has pitched 7 2/3 against Wareham, has given up 4 earned runs, and has struck out 9. His record on the year, 1-1, 3.98 ERA. This is his 10th appearance, all out of the bullpen. Has struck out 26 in 20 1/3, has just walked 11. He will come in with 2 outs and runners at the corners, and Isaac Collins will be flipped around to the right side for the first time tonight. In there for a called strike to him.
And he really has gotten better as the year's gone on. His ERA started out in the double digits, then 9, 7, 5, 5.4, 4.5, 4.3, and now sub-4 coming into this outing.
Miller's 0-1 not to be made just yet. He checks on Jacob Goldfarb over there at first base. Now comes home, and it's going to miss for a strike. Trotting down to second base is Jacob Goldfarb. Not even attempt at a throw there, so that will put 2 men in scoring position for the Gatemen.
Placing faith in Mitchell Miller here to get Isaac Collins out. Collins is 0 for 2, but does have 2 runs scored on the day. Walked in the first, reached on an error in the third. Also stole his 5th base of the year in that trip around the base paths. Closing up the line on Matthew Cantorino, 6 2/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts.
This one going to miss outside, 2-1 to Collins, who was 0 for 3 today. 0 for 2, did reach on an error in the third and stole a base, drew a walk as well. This one is going to be bounced foul behind home plate, and Mitchell Miller has him where he wants him, 2-2, with 2 outs and 2 ducks on the pond.
Big juncture coming up here for Isaac Collins. Try to give his team some insurance heading into these pivotal last 2 innings, where Falmouth really all year has done the most of their damage against Wareham. They've put games away in the last 2 innings all year.
2-2, lined up the middle, a base hit. It'll find its way into center field, and 2 runs are gonna score. Kreidler standing, Goldfarb standing, Collins into second with a double. The Gatemen have opened things up. It's 5-1.
Isaac Collins fired up there at second base, as he should be. Doing what he does best, hard line drives to every part of the park, ropes that one up the middle. Both those runs going to be charged to Cantorino, but more importantly, Cam, like you said, a 5-1 lead. Bullpen's going to be breathing a little bit easier in these last couple of frames. Ike Collins comes up big.
So it goes down as a single and an error on the center fielder, Austin Langworthy. But nonetheless, a 2-strike, 2-out pitch. He takes into center field and brings home 2 more runs as the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Sahid Valenzuela. 0-1 to the second baseman, who was 0 for 3 today. Takes this one on a bounce inside. Evens the count at 1-1.
So Collins just 1 RBI on that, or 2?
2 RBI,
single scored both of them, but he advanced on the
So Collins is at second with 2 outs in the frame. Now, somewhat commanding 4-run lead for the Gatemen, especially the way they have been pitching today. 1-1, cut on and miss, handcuffs Valenzuela there. 1-2. He has already struck out twice today, in the first and in the third. 2 of the 9 recorded by Cantorino, and then he flew out to center field in the 5th inning. One-two, just going to miss. Down low to Valenzuela, and like Collins before him, he runs it to a 2-2 count with 2 outs. This time only 1 man in scoring position. This one cut on and missed. It's the unfortunate hat trick for Sahid Valenzuela. He strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, but not after the Gatemen bring in a couple more runs and take a 5-1 lead as we head to the 8th inning. Before we head to commercial, though, we are going to have the coach, Don Snedden, on with Mary Orders in just a minute. So he's got to be in high spirits after a couple more insurance runs were added for the Gatemen. He's alongside Mary right now. Let's send it down to her.
Thanks, guys. So Derek West, the starter, went 5+. What was working for him on the mound tonight?
Well, actually, his fastball was doing pretty good on missing up, and they chased up. They're a very aggressive team with a lot of power, so you got to have a little something to be able to do that, and he was able to do that.
How important was it to get some runs early on and then these extra insurance runs in the last inning?
Huge, because these guys, again, are a swing away from putting a point up on the board, and so this thing isn't over until that last out's recorded.
What do we need to do to try to close it out?
Well, we just got to have some good pitching, no walks, making them hit the ball.
Coach, thanks so much. Guys, back to you.
Thanks once again to Mary and the coach, Don Snedden. And it shouldn't be hard the way McGregor Hines has been going in relief of Derek West. They have both been excellent today. Hines has come in, not allowed a run just yet. And as he deals in the 8th inning, he will have the bottom third of the order to work to. 7, 8, 9, Davidson, Julien, and Hayden Cantrell. Still just 1 hit on the board for those Falmouth Commodores. It was the solo homer by Julien to put them with that 1 run on the board, but Enrique, like Don Snedden said, they load things up and get a base and get 1 hit here can put them a point on the board, and what he means by that is obviously a tie. and point in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been the biggest hit. I think in the grand scheme of things, you might look back at that Isaac Collins 2 RBI single, depending on how things shake out here, as one of, if not the biggest hits for him the entire summer. Comes up huge. Got me really fired up. I know it got you pretty fired up too. We try to stay professional here on the airwaves, but that was pretty cool.
That's got to be maybe the biggest hit of the year to date for the Gatemen.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's too much of an exaggeration.
This such a crucial game as we dwindle down into the last week of the regular season. As Hines bangs in a changeup there that's cut on and missed by Davidson. 1-1 is the count. And for Collins, that brought in RBIs number 9 and 10 for him. Davidson gets a hold of this one. This is hit number 2 of the day for the Commodores, and will get down into the corner. Collins fishes it out, but it will be a stand-up leadoff double for Logan Davidson, and a ball he hit right on the knob.
Yeah, did not miss on that offering from McGregor Hines. My goodness. Sharply hit. And now, I mean, just so much more crucial the fact that Gatemen got both those insurance runs. Like I said, Falmouth has made Wareham pay, and pay big in the late innings. Of course, the one everyone likes to think of, but also likes to flush as far as meetings between these two teams that have ended in heartbreak for Wareham. Seems like every one. Close games out in late innings. The first time these two teams met at Spillane Field, Gatemen took I believe it was a 3-1 lead. Yeah, into the 9th inning. Falmouth put up a 5 spot in the top of the 9th. The Gatemen could not come back. They dropped that one 6-4, and that was back when Falmouth was languishing in the bottom of the standings. Who knew that win could mean so much down the stretch?
And now Julien will stand in with that runner at second base. Ryan Kreidler making sure he's on the same page with his pitcher. 1-0 is the count to tonight's designated hitter out of Auburn. Man who set the Auburn freshman record for RBI in a season, 69 of them for the Tigers. Broke the record held by the Hall of Famer Frank Thomas. But no touchdowns for Julien, unlike Frank Thomas, tight end on the Tigers football team in his tenure there. This one missing outside again, so 2-0 the count to him.
The Big Hurt also legendary on the Cape, played for Orleans for a stint, and according to Eldridge Park lore, has the longest home run ever hit there. He's the only one to clear the fence, one of few to clear the fence out in dead center. Hit it. Do you remember what the fence was in dead center?
I think it's 434.
Yeah,
let's double check tomorrow. That's the deepest center field I've ever seen
bar
anywhere.
None. No, because the park is a square, right? So it's that opposite corner down there at Eldridge Park.
Something reminiscent of the Polo Grounds, the old home of the New York Giants. That was well over 400 to straightaway center. This one's cut on and missed by Julien to make it 2-1. Put it out to the opposite field for that home run. But if he's able to pull one, the wind is starting to whip out there once again towards right field. It's his 9th RBI of the year and his first homer. This one misses down low. 3-1 the counts in his favor. Bounced foul in front of the Gatemen on deck circle. Runs the count full, 3-2. Just 140 coming into the day, the batting average for Julien. So all kinds of struggles this year after a stellar season at Auburn. But has made his mark on the game tonight. Kept them in it. It was 3-1 when he homered, now 5-1, but has a chance to bring them back closer with a man in scoring position at second base. 3-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Hines sets him down looking. That's brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Ixafaris and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen, and a big out number 1 in this 8th inning.
No kidding. Now you get into the part of the order that is hitless. Well, I guess technically every part of the order that's not Edward Julien is hitless, except for now Logan Davidson. But a part of the order that, it gets a little dicey here in the 8th. but hopefully get out of this one unscathed and face the 3-4-5 in the 9th with no men on board, and still hopefully that 4-run lead, maybe more. The Gatemen will get another crack at whoever the Commodores decide to go with. I imagine probably still Mitchell Miller here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
First pitch was cut on and missed by Hayden Cantrell. And now the second offering will be taken down low and a bit outside for ball 1. So for 1 today, but reached base with a walk against Derek West back in the 3rd inning. It was the first base runner of the day for the Commodores. We've only had 5 on the night. 3 walks drawn, 2 hits. One runs inside. He will become base runner number 6 as that came in and plunked him. Down to first base goes the number 9 man, Hayden Cantrell. And we'll flip it over to the top of the order for Austin Langworthy with 2 men on base.
Warren Kreidler going to go out there and offer some words of encouragement. Get signs sorted for the lead runner, Logan Davidson, who sits at second base. Now 2 on here, 1 out. Double play still in order. Be the best case scenario for Wareham here. Austin Langworthy trying to perform some more late inning heroics for his Commodores team against Wareham.
And now Jim Lawler is going to come out there in just a moment. Sends Luke Roscom out to talk to McGregor Hines. This might be a bit of some stalling tactics. Can't get a good look, but there is someone warming down in the bullpen. Looks like Joey Barron, the left-hander, is warming up for the Gatemen. Roscom retreats. See if Lawler will come out now. He is. He's playing chess. This trip to the mound is brought to you by Joe Crespi of Merrill Lynch. We'll sponsor this. Lawler makes the long, slow trot out there to the mound. See if he is going to bring in Barron right here, or if he is going to stick with McGregor Hines, who has kept the door closed. Came in with an inherited runner back in the 6th inning. Retired him on a double play, and they are going to make the move to the bullpen. So we'll give you that new Gatemen pitcher when we come back here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
At E.L. Morse Lumber, commitment to the customer shines through in every aspect of their daily operations, including their competitive prices, complete product selection, and superior customer care. Visit E.L. Morse Lumber, located on Cranberry Highway in Wareham, for service with a personal touch.
The 80 Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU Structural Soil and Rooflight Certified Green Roof Media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit 80makepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier 2-year maritime college. Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science.
So we will have that pitching change here from Spillane Field, which is brought to you by the Bay Point Country Club, Onset's 18-hole championship golf course. With a driving range open 7 days a week and senior discounts offered every day and always welcome to the public, so go and get to the point. You see the line on Joey Barron there out of Lackawanna College. This is his 3rd appearance, a 1-0 record. Pitched 2 1/3, has not allowed a run yet and has struck out 3. His last time out was against the Bourne Braves a week ago on July the 20th. He was the winning pitcher in that one as he went an inning and a third scoreless. Struck out just 1 and faced only 4 batters, so faced 4 and set down 4. 5'10" junior will come on with runners at first and second and 1 out, top of the order coming up for the Commodores. That'll be Austin Langworthy, the center fielder out of Florida.
center fielder number 7, Austin Langworthy.
Langworthy is 0 for 2 today, but reached bases last time up. A walk back in the 6th inning. That was the last hitter, actually, that Derek West faced. And McGregor Hines came into the game and got Maverick Hanley, the man on deck, to ground into the inning-ending double play. First offering from Barron to Langworthy is off the glove of Roscom and heads up base running down there by Logan Davidson at second base, moves him up to third, and will now put runners at the corners. So 4 still in effect, but no infield fly rule. And 1-0 the count, more importantly, to Austin Langworthy. Now Luke Roscom out to give some new signs to his defense to prepare for Langworthy, who was hitting at .207 coming into the day, but with 6 homers, 2 of them against the Gatemen in a 3-0 win a couple weeks ago at Gov Fuller Field, and 15 RBI. This one's on the inside corner for a called strike 1 to even things up. Barron's 1-1. Waiting on it is Langworthy, but he'll foul it straight back to put him behind in the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Look in, the 1-2 is going to drop down low on the breaking ball from Barron, who admits himself he doesn't feature too many fastballs. A lot of the breaking stuff. Not a big kid, 5'10", 190. So with 1 out, the 2-2 is going to be bounced foul once again. Langworthy putting up a bit of a fight. The first hitter that Barron will see. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. Just missing off the inside corner. Not bad looking, but runs the count to 3-2. Full count offering, broken back grounder on 1 hop to Valenzuela. Tag second for 1, on to first. Got him there too. That run won't score as Joey Barron leaves them stranded with a double play, and it keeps the lead at 5-1 for the Gatemen as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Gatemen Baseball is officially sponsored by Robertson'S GMC, the truck professionals. Located just 2 miles away on Cranberry Highway, we are proud to sponsor the Gatemen Youth Clinic for 2018. Robertson'S GMC. We are professional grade. Power like a pro.
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213 Main Street here in Wareham can offer you coverage for all your insurance needs. We have the bundle discounts, the accident forgiveness, the vanishing deductible, no loss, etc. But unlike those other gimmick companies, we can quote you with multiple carriers. So forget the lizard and the price tool and come talk to a professional. We'll help you find what's right for you.
Shop from home year-round on Gatemen.org. You can customize your Gatemen gear from any device, anywhere. We offer a large selection of apparel and unique gifts 24/7, 365. Hard to find sizes, colors, and styles. Youth Clinic registration is also available. Visit us today and remember us for holiday gifts at Gatemen.org.
Welcome on in, Gatemen fans. It is the bottom of the 8th inning, and the new left-hander Tommy Sheehan is on the mound out of Notre Dame.
Huh? So we're not going to talk about the new broadcaster?
Oh yeah. I guess I've been encouraged to hop on here for the bottom of the 8th here. Tommy Sheehan has only pitched in 1 game so far, 23rd against Hyannis, through a scoreless inning, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. So a bit of a new face and someone unfamiliar to the Cape League, as he stands in against Gateman average leader Austin Shenton. First pitch a little low and outside for a ball.
Yeah, Sheehan so far so good in a pretty short season here on the Cape, but Fighting Irish will have to make sure the Gatemen get no more insurance runs on the board. That one misses low.
That's going to miss again. It's going to be a 3-0 count for Shenton. Maybe he can drive one here, get around. Get me over fastball. Hits the left side of the right side of the plate for a strike. 3-1 count. That's a fastball right over the middle. Full count for Shenton now. Hasn't swung the bat, but a little cold of late for his standards, I'd say. Was at 400 for most of the year. Now down around 350 or so, and that's going to be a strikeout. Interesting strike call by the umpire. Sort of gestured his hands over to the third base side. Not sure why.
And one of the appeal there from the third base umpire said he did indeed go around, and I think it was a questionable call there. If any part of his bat went around, it was the knob. It was the plane of the bat had not broken the plane of the plate, but a rare strikeout for Shenton puts him at 1 for 4 on the day.
Now Jeremy Idens, one of the all-stars for the Gatemen, takes that ball outside and high. Idens has driven in a run, as he always does. He's at 27 RBIs on the year. Known to drive in here, but himself, as he takes that one outside corner for a strike. Mitchell's only thrown 1 breaking ball here, just content to sort of paint the corners. That fastball is going to miss inside on Idens. Favorable count now here, 2-1. Idens is going to get a hold of that one, foul it off, 2-2. Mitchell Miller has been hitting his location so far. I mean, he got to the 3-0 count, but has battled back here to throw 4 strikes and only 2 balls thus far. The 2-2. Fouled back out of play near the right field bleachers, or the right side bleachers, excuse me.
Now see if Idens can get on board for the first time today here. 0 for 2 with an RBI after Shenton Cade. Game with a nice little lead here, but a little more never hurts.
Mitchell looks, gets the sign, fires. This one's going to be grounded. Third baseman's going to take it, fire over, and he got him. Good play there. The shortstop was trying to grab the ball, but third baseman Cannon charged in, made a good play. And now Skylar Hunter is going to pinch hit here for the number 5-hole hitter, Drew Millis. So his day is done as the DH, and now Skylar Hunter, who is hitting around $180, is going to step in here against Miller. Lefty-righty matchup. This ball is going to miss way outside for ball 1. Another fastball from Miller here. Has not really tried to feature much of his breaking stuff. That one's going to miss away again. 2-0 count for Skylar Hunter.
Skylar Hunter, like you mentioned, batting just $187. High strikeout numbers for him, but he's been swinging a lot better bat as of late.
That one's going to be sort of in the same location, but gets the strike that time.
Looks like he's trying to really pitch him outside. Doesn't want him to get around on the ball here. The 2-1. That's going to be low. 3-1 here for Skylar Hunter. Has a chance to get on base here and do something good. Bring that average up.
To put a little more concrete value on that, he's hit safely in 4 of his last 5 games, his best stretch all year.
And that one's going to miss outside too. It's going to be a walk for Skylar Hunter, his 9th of the year. And that'll bring the first baseman Lyle Lockhart Jr. to the plate.
Lockhart with a base knock already on the day. A little hard hit ground ball over to the right side, but also a pair of strikeouts for him. He's run into similar issues at the plate as Skylar Hunter, but Lockhart riding a pretty good day statistically here. His base knock at one point was only the 3rd hit of the day for Wareham as they got off to a similar hot start offensively. Cooled down a little bit, but a big 7th inning gave him those 2 big insurance runs.
Ooh, and that one's going to hit Lyle Lockhart on his left leg, and the bases are... There's runners on first and second. Hunter on second, Lyle Lockhart on first. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Luke Roscom, who at one point, a couple days ago, was at 280. But a little more playing time has seen his average dip to around 246 before today's game. So he's going to look to make a mark today as he is 0 for 2.
And he's 0 for 2 today, but extremely patient at the plate like we've talked about. He walked earlier in today's game, upping that on-base percentage to keeping it north of 400, which for a guy that's hitting 230, I mean, that is really impressive.
Yeah, no, one of his best traits is clearly getting on base. And he was someone that the Gatemen were hoping to have a lot of power. Oh, and it hits him too. Oh, no. May have hit the bat. Yeah, it got the bat.
Well, Luke Roscom maybe doesn't think so.
Yeah, Don Snedden's going to come out to try to argue his case here.
And the noise it made was
actually, they're going to bring the trainers out, too.
Oh, boy. I mean, if that doesn't tell you to hit him, I don't know what does.
Yeah, it looks like his right hand, some of those fingers, he's not going to argue it. But trainers are walking up the first base side here. Seems to be walking okay as Ryan Kreidler is going to come to the plate. So it in fact did hit Luke Roscom, and that on-base percentage in an unconventional way is still going to go up for the catcher from Nebraska.
Yeah, not the way he wanted it to, but now Ryan Kreidler going to have a chance with the bases juiced, but with 2 outs to add a little more insurance for Wareham.
Yeah, this inning has really snuck up on Mitchell Miller. He was sort of dancing around the zone there and seemed to be in a little bit of a rhythm, but has missed outside a lot, and then he started to try to compensate going inside, and now he's in a really, really sticky situation here. Oh, Tommy Sheehan, excuse me. Thanks to Enrique for pointing that out. Kreidler 0 for 2 on the day, has scored a run though. Was walked in on his last time up in the 7th inning, and he's going to look to drive in a couple of runners here. First pitch low and inside for ball 1.
I wasn't making any noise. Move my mic out of the way, the burger is noiseless.
Second pitch, it's going to be grounded up the middle. Second baseman's going to grab it, step on second, but allow. That is going to be that's going to be it for the Gatemen. Rally has been quashed by Tommy Sheehan. He's come back and battled. I'm going to step off here, but thanks for having me on, guys. And we'll go into the top of the 9th. The Gatemen are up 5-1.
Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 400. Please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
Mezza Luna is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezza Luna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serves Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezza Luna, the Italian family restaurant.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod, so even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. Stores located in Falmouth, Mashpee, Woods Hole, Hyannis, Chatham, Provincetown, Edgartown, Oak Bluffs, and Vineyard Haven. From beach day to every day, Soft as a Grape has you covered.
To the 9th inning we go. Joey Barron going to try and close this one out. Gatemen with a 5-1 lead. Of course, no save situation just yet, as he has not pitched the 3 innings that you need outside of the 3-run cushion. Alongside me, Henrique DeMore, I'm Cameron Stewart. And a special thanks to our pinch hitter today, Trevor Russo, our producer. We've been wanting to get him on the microphone all year long, and it finally comes to fruition. An awesome job from Trevor in that bottom of the 8th, in which the Gatemen were not able to bring one across, left a couple of men on base. The first pitch is going to miss to Maverick Handley, the Falmouth catcher out of Stanford. Is 0 for 3 today. 1-1 is now the count to him. 5-1 the lead for the Gatemen. As we head to the 9th, they will head out to Eldridge Park in Orleans tomorrow to take on the Firebirds. 7 o'clock start time. You can, of course, catch that audio broadcast here on the YouTube channel. This one missing down low. 2-1 now the count. This one going to be in there for a called strike. 2-2 to Hanley, who is dipped down to .233 on the year. 1 homer, 10 RBI. Tutu going to bounce inside, blocked by Roscom. That'll put the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the 9th inning. This one's going to be bounced right back to Barron. He reaches out to snag it and throws it over to first for the first out of the 9th inning. Bit of an instinctual play there by Barron, who has to reach across his body and snare it. And just a flick underhand to first to Lyle Lockhart. So Hanley is retired 1-3. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Now the always dangerous Kyle Stowers will step to the plate, but is already 0 for 3 and has fallen behind 0-1 to Barron in a very quiet night for the Falmouth left fielder. Breaking ball, he waits on it but fouls it off. He's in the hole now, 0-2. Barron's 0-2. It'll be wasted off to the left, out of play. .2. Fouled off once again. Stowers hangs in there. Even with the struggles today, a more than impressive season. .358 the average coming into today. 5 homers, 19 runs driven in. 0-2. Missing down low on the breaking ball there is Barron down in the dirt. 1-2 now the count. And after the Gatemen hit the road tomorrow, they'll be back home here at Spillane on Sunday for another crucial game against the still division-leading Hyannis Harbor Hawks. 5:30 the start time for that one, of course. You can catch that here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. 2-2 now to Stowers. That last one bounced in. Two cut on and missed. Stowers goes chasing after it. They'll need to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, but they do, and it's brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, the official strikeout sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. Davis Sims, the first baseman, represents the last opportunity tonight for Falmouth to try and get a rally and not lose this series to the Gatemen 3 in a row. The Gatemen will play the Commodores, have played the Commodores now, and Wareham getting the win in Falmouth. Back on Wednesday night, Commodores bouncing back and winning last night. A 5-1 lead. There were 2 outs in the 9th inning and a 1-0 count to Davis Sims. That one's on the corner, 1-1. One is just going to be tipped foul, 1-2. And the Commodores are down to their final strike. The slow clap starts to go around Spillane. They're sensing, tasting a victory, and a quasi-series victory for the Gatemen.
Could be the biggest one of the year as far as I'm concerned so far.
1-2 could be bounced foul. Put the champagne on ice still. 1-2, it stays with 2 outs in the 9th.
Derek West, a phenomenal start on the hill. Gave up just a 1 earned run on the homer to Julian. McGregor Hines, 1 hit, 1 walk as well.
On the outside corner, a called strike 3. Joey Barron sets them down in order in the 9th. A couple of strikeouts brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. And the Gatemen with a huge victory tonight. They take 2 of 3 from the Commodores and are tied for first place at the top of the Western Division, 4 points clear of Falmouth. 5-1 the final score here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Enrique, it started with the pitching. Derek West was excellent tonight.
He was absolutely awesome. 5 strikeouts, just gave up 2 walks in 5 innings of work. The redshirt sophomore from Pitt has proven time and time again why in just his short Cape League career, he has proven that he deserves a spot in the rotation. Awesome stuff for him, and to do it against a team like Falmouth, where it seems like the Gatemen have won by the skin of their teeth a lot of times, but they will not see the Commodores until potentially the playoffs. But if they can hold on to first place here, if Hyannis takes a tumble and the Gatemen are able to secure a couple more wins, and actually even then, it doesn't totally guarantee playing Cotuit. Because Cotuit, they're up 6-1 against Orleans right now in the 7th inning. They could leapfrog Falmouth if Cotuit holds on. They tie Falmouth for 3rd place, along with up top. Wareham and Hyannis. The 4 playoff teams basically set. This also gives you a lot of comfort, I think, going into a potential playoff series with Falmouth, as we've kind of talked about them as, this dark horse team to win the West, and the one team that we could see taking down the Gatemen in the first round. But now, after a 2-1 series victory here and a 3-3 season split as well, gives you a lot more confidence to say, you know what, no one can beat us, right? Any given team in the West, you could take down in a 3-game series. Absolutely huge win. In my opinion, the biggest one of the year so far.
So a great victory tonight for the Gatemen. Their bats came out as well, highlighted by the 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run single by Isaac Collins to push the lead from 3-1 to 5-1. And again, the Gatemen, a huge one today. They will head out to Orleans tomorrow. We want to thank you for listening to this broadcast of Wareham Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. The general manager of the Wareham Gatemen is Andrew Lang. The producer and pinch hit play-by-play man of today's broadcast was Trevor Russo. Our sideline reporter is Mary Orders. Thanks to our beat writer Ian Becerra and today's WCTV broadcaster J.D. Rachi. The next broadcast of Wareham Gatemen Baseball will be tomorrow, as the Gatemen will take on the Orleans Firebirds at Eldridge Park in Orleans. That is a 7 o'clock start time. You can catch our pregame show at 6:30 with Gatemen Pregame Live. For Henrique de Moore, I'm Cameron Stewart. Thanks for tuning into this presentation of Wareham Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. We'll see you tomorrow. Final score tonight, Gatemen 5 and the Falmouth Commodores 1. Thanks again for joining us.